Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to be taking a look at the G1 commemorative issue Ravage and Laserbeak. We saw them briefly in the last video, which was the commemorative Soundwave. They do come with the little cassette holders. We'll get into those in a few minutes. But yeah, here is the Laserbeak. Pretty cool. He's a Laserbeak. He's not very cartoon accurate, but he was made before the cartoon, so I guess the cartoon isn't very toy accurate, technically. So, I'm having a hard time keeping this one in place. It seems to want to wiggle. This one's pretty sturdy, but this one's a little wiggly. Anyway, so yeah, there he is. Pretty cool. And here is the Ravage. Really flat. I mean, he looks kind of cool from this angle, but if you try and get him in any kind of poses, I mean, he is just flat. Yeah, it's actually pretty bad, in my opinion. That's pretty horrible. I mean, that's yeah. Posability wise, let's see, his neck can go up and down. His head can swivel up and down. No side to side or anything like that. The beak doesn't open or anything. Feet are stationary. The wings can rotate up and down on this joint in the body, and then there is another rotator joint right here at the elbow. So you get some decent range of motion there. Yeah. And as far as accessory goes, he just has these boosters that just plug onto his back. In tape mode, they go nowhere, so. And then we got Ravage here. Posability wise, his tail can kind of swivel up and down. That's more for transformation. Head goes up and down at the neck here at the body. No other joint in the neck whatsoever. Front legs, front hips are on swivels. Both legs are the same, but they're on swivels. And then there's a hinge right here. Rotate. And there's a hinge right here. Rotate. And his legs are die cast too, so, which is really cool. And his body is die cast. Excuse me. The back legs can swivel here, and then they hinge here, and then they hinge at the foot. So all, that's pretty good. But I cannot get him to stand for the life of me. I can't do it because he's too small. Oh, there he goes. He's standing. Kind of camouflage, but he is standing. Accessories, he's got these big boosters on the side, so. So to transform him, you want to take off the boosters and just set them off to the side. They will do nothing ever again in tape mode. You rotate the head all the way back, rotate the tail there. Then you want to take the legs here and you rotate them in. Or you rotate them. You want to kind of just follow the paint scheme here. Get all this all lined up like that. So we rotate like that, and then these will rotate in like so. Then you want to rotate the back legs back, and then this just kind of collapses like so. And there you have him in tape mode. Oh, and he's got his little rub symbol going off there. And then you can take him and you either slide him into Soundwave, or you can put him into these little cassette cases. Just like so. Laserbeak. You want to pull off the cannons here. Set those back. You want to take his head and you push it into the body. Just like that. All the way. Rotate the wings up. Up. And then in. And then you want to take the legs here and you just push them out. And it all just kind of locks together. And there is Laserbeak in tape mode. Get the other tape holder. There you go. They're really simple, really easy, and a hell of a lot of fun. I absolutely love cassettes. Those data discs that came out with the Fall Cybertron thing, it's not the same. They're just not the same. They're not as fun. They're just not as good. Now, I'm not saying that these are better than the Masterpiece ones. That's going to be a completely different story, which we'll completely cover when we do the verses. We'll get the whiteboard out, and it'll be Soundwave versus Fall Cybertron Soundwave, and the Masterpiece cassettes of Laserbeak and Ravage versus G1s. So to transform them back, we'll start with Ravage here. You want to just fold his head up, fold that tail back, pull the legs down, and as you see, there's a lot of detailing on this side, and there's nothing over here, which means I like this side better. And then you just kind of straighten the legs out and kind of get him in a position that you want him to be in. Not that it matters because he won't stand. And you take the cannons here and just plug them on. There we go. And then Laserbeak, you want to just pull the wings out, fold the feet down. And then undo the head, and then you plug the back cannons on, and there you go. That's all there is to Laserbeak. Now, for comparison, we'll get in the Seeker mold here. See how they stack up there. We'll get the iGear Seeker, which is real brief here. Masterpiece car. But the most relevant here is Masterpiece Laserbeak, and you can see Masterpiece Laserbeak looks much more like the cartoon, much better. See how they stack up together. Their designs are just completely different, so it's really no contest here which one's better. But we're also talking about, almost 30 years of more ingenuity abilities versus first go round. Because Soundwave was one of the first of the Transformers. So, set them off. And here is Ravage. And I know a lot of people are saying that the G1 Ravage is still better than Masterpiece. I have to disagree with that. I mean, yeah, he's got some issues, like with the tail and stuff like that. But I think just overall he looks pretty cool. And and he's not paper thin. He's got a little bulk to him, whereas he is. So anyway, so yeah, all in all, I do get a kick out of these the G1 cassettes. They're cool. They're not really my cup of tea like the Soundwave was, but I'm very happy to have them, and I'm very happy to have the G1 Soundwave to go with them. So all in all, yeah, my rating for them is the same as the Soundwave because they come with the Soundwave. So it's a 9 out of 10. If they're individual, I'd nitpick them and tear them apart a little bit more because I have issues with some of them, being flat and stuff like that. But overall, the whole set, is very much worth your money, and it's just fun to play with. Fun to see where the Transformers brand really started. Soundwave was such an iconic character that it really, I can't even imagine G1 without Soundwave, and I really don't know if it would have done as well without Soundwave. Just the same thing as, if it didn't have Megatron or Optimus. I would actually put Soundwave as probably the top 3 most important characters of the G1 cartoons. I know Starscream's got his fan base too, but I mean, Soundwave had minions that came out of his chest. Nobody else had that. So yeah, we'll do the comparison video soon between the two Soundwaves. Or actually, it should go this way. Gets the two Soundwaves and the two cassettes that we have for each, and then determine the winner. And then we're gonna mess around with Soundwave, see if I can find some cool extra gimmicks for them. So yeah, there you go. G1 Ravage and Laserbeak.